back on the Morning Brew with friends, and look at all these skateboards. This is awesome. I love this. Yeah. This is Bobby, David, and Clay, and you are the owner of Camograph.
Yes.
And you guys are still a startup skateboard company, right?
Yeah, we started up earlier this year, and we had a kind of a surprise online following that really...
Like right away?
Right away, March 1st. It really took off, so...
What is this? Because you get awesome artists like David, you come in and do custom decks, or what? How did that come about?
The premise is to really create a skate art culture around these artists, and they work hard doing 2D art all the time, and so having these artists commissioned to do custom skateboard decks that can actually be hung, but are also skatable, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, it's been exciting to work with artists like A9 Herndon, Frank Gonzalez, and of course David Santiago.
Yeah, and how does this conversation go? He says, hey, I want to do a skateboard, I want some of your art on it, and you say yes, or...
I was like, take me out to dinner first.
Okay,
and
perfect.
We'll talk about
I
it.
like that. Buy me a beer, we'll talk.
Yeah,
no,
it was an awesome project, and so just got to work on it right away, and it was just neat creating, because I work on wood a lot, and so this was a new way to work on the same canvas I'm used to working on, but in a different way. So I've never done a skateboard deck before, so it was a cool first project.
And these are mass-produced, well, kind of. I mean, they're limited edition, but they're not. Most of what you do is a one-off piece, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like to do something that you have to kind of design the colors and design everything for it that you know has got to be reproduced, you know, a couple dozen times?
We went into this project with the idea that we wanted it to be accessible for everybody, so we wanted collectors to have their editions, so that's the gold limited edition deck. We wanted
and that's
skaters.
a brand new one, right? The gold limit?
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know if anybody can see, but these are, actually it's a gold trucks and gold wheels on this, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then so we created that one. We also
And you
created,
can skate on that, right? Or not really?
This one's not to skate on, and it's to hang as art, and it has the gold trucks that are painted, so it's definitely a collector's edition deck that we're selling on camograph.com.
Don't scrape that one up. No half pipes, no anything for that one.
Right.
No, don't ride any rails with that.
Clay's tempted to skate it, but we held him back.
I think Clay would skate anything, because I heard this story that you did like 6,000 miles on a skateboard or something?
Maybe overall it's been about 6,000, but probably the longest consecutive stint of skateboarding was 700 miles from San Francisco to Mexico through the High Sierra.
On a skateboard?
On a skateboard and on my feet.
Oh.
No fossil fuels is always a healthy way to get around this fine nation of ours.
No doubt.
Good way to meet people and make a documentary about the state of California.
Because you're a filmmaker as well.
I am a filmmaker. And,
so did you take a camera on the skateboard, just GoPro, or how do you even do that?
Yeah,
do you
I've
have
got
a crew follow you, or?
No, I think having a crew follow me would kind of eliminate the beauty of the simplicity of the project, unless they were all riding skateboards on their own. But I mean, we were out there sleeping in the bushes and just doing what we could to interview and kind of check the pulse on the state of California last summer. And yeah.
What do you learn about yourself when you go on a trip like that on a skateboard?
You learn that you can sleep anywhere, really, and that you can. You'd be surprised what a lot of patience will do for you, and you learn that you just got to wait it out. If it's bad, you got to be patient, and you'll get to your goal eventually.
How long have you been skating?
Well, coming from California, I've been around skateboards since I was 4 years old, so that'd be about 24 years.
And how long have you been making films?
2.5 years, maybe, with real intention. We started out in Utah skating on some pretty incredible natural features, some sandstone rocks, and since then it's been a lot of fun to see where we can take skateboard videos in a new direction, maybe with a narrative or in the wilderness or whatever kind of new twist we can bring.
Very cool. I grew up as a kid watching, there was the Big Brother magazine. It was like the big skateboarding magazine, like in the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they would have the videos, and it was basically like guys falling off cliffs and guys falling down staircases and escalators and whatever else. And you're trying to take that into a new direction, right?
Well, yeah. We like to emphasize the story, and I think sometimes people neglect to realize that a skateboard is not just about doing tricks here and there, but it's actually a vessel that can take you on an epic journey.
And it can be a bit of a way of life, right?
Skateboarding has been described as a curse, and once you get started, it's really irresistible despite whatever injuries or hardships may befall you. It's always
Right.
Seems to be worth it to go coasting down the hill.
David, were you always a skateboarder? Are you one of those guys or not
I
really?
sit on the skateboard.
You what?
I sit on the skateboard.
You sit
I'm
on
one of
it.
those guys. Yeah.
I was that guy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you just stand on it and rock it back and forth and
Yeah.
pretend
Elbow
like you know
pads,
what
knee
you're doing.
pads, helmet, all that good stuff.
So, were you a professional skater, or did you just kind of fall into making skateboards?
I just started skating about 5 months ago, and
Really? You've owned a company 9 months, and you skated 5 months ago?
I figured if I own the company, I better learn to skate.
Right.
So I was out skating last night around 11:30 at night, and it's irresistible, like Clay said, and I'm just so addicted. And just once you kind of keep trying, you fall, and you get back up, and you learn a trick. Once you learn it, you're just pumped, you know, and you want to learn the next trick. And so, broken fingers and ribs later. I'm in it though.
Because you're not the 12-year-old who's learning this stuff.
I'm not, man. I'm a little older, but you know, these kids, they're pretty inspired to. They're out there when I go to the skate park almost every day. They're out there. Their parents drop them off or whatever, and they're just learning, constantly learning, and they're really
And
good
refining
community
too. Yeah.
What's that?
Refining all of their tricks too, right?
Definitely, all the time, and it's a good support system. You know, it's a good community. You know, get your kids out in the skate park.
Right. We got 2 now in Albuquerque, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, there's no excuse. And David, with your art, I know that you're doing the skateboard thing, but where else can we find your work?
Well, I show with Bobby here with Beals & Co. Up in Santa Fe, and I also show here in Albuquerque a lot. I work with Tractor Brewing, so you can find me over there. So yeah,
Excellent.
see me over there at the bars.
Excellent. And I know that Clay wanted to do a little bit of a skateboard presentation for us, so that what we can do on one of these camograph boards.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
these boards? I know
Right
that-
there?
Yeah, I remember the boards like this when I was a kid. There were certain boards that were designed for like kick flips and certain boards that were designed for ollies and things like that.
Sure.
And I don't know if that's even still a thing or if your boards are designed for one of these things or not.
It's important to, we have these boards that are different sizes for different tricks, and so we have, 7.25, 7.5, 8.5. They're all different, and they're all for different skaters that, whatever they're trying to do. And so at camograph.com, we have a description of how the boards are made, and they're really made with quality, and skaters always break their boards,
Right.
so we want something really solid, good quality product. So.
Right. And then Clay, why don't you see what we can do here?
Well, all right.
I love this.
People always ask, why do you skateboard? And obviously the most simple answer is that it's fun. There's a lot more to it than just fun, though. You're part of a community, as Bobby said. You learn how to get up from a fall, as Bobby said. And but I think really the most special thing is that you can take it anywhere. I mean, look at where we are here. We got a 10 by 10 square. Could you imagine if I was trying to snowboard right here? Well, the beauty of a skate life is that you can take it anywhere. And use it as a pillow if you need to. You're always going to be on the ground level here, skating, and that's really the most beautiful thing. Is you're always grounded as a skateboarder. You got gravity on your side, and it'll keep you humble.
Right.
And it'll let you take a unique perspective on things. No denying it.
Well, we're going to be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew with Friends. I'm going to check out the rest of these skateboards here. And, yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for bringing them in again, guys. We'll see you in a couple seconds on the Morning Brew with Friends.
Let it snow, let it snow.